all of your loud applauding love, Joonas, Suotamo! And Denis, Lawson! Welcome! And then the music died down. Oh, look at your pictures. That's you. Well, you're less recognizable. How do you... how am I going to say this? With all the hair that is on your costume, is it like when somebody goes to the beach and then like a month later you say, oh, there's still sand in my socks? Did you still find hairs, Wookiee hairs, somewhere?
Months after I return home from a film shoot, I still, some days I still can pull Chewbacca hair from my ears. Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's a curse, right?
I love it.
Als jullie vragen willen stellen, is het best dat jullie ook hier voor aan het podium komen. Ik spring namelijk naar beneden en dan I'm explaining them that I will be jumping off of the stage. And that, it is very active for a Sunday.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You still have May the 5th coming up, so don't do it.
But I've made the 5th to sleep, so that's... I don't know what you'll be doing tomorrow. Will you be sleeping tomorrow?
No.
No.
I will be flying.
Ooh. But do you sleep during flight?
No.
No, because you have to keep your attention
focused.
Exactly. You have to see the objects and
that's
the
right,
direction.
I have to, yeah. I never relax when I'm flying, I'm just...
I'm automatically
I'm always on.
Always on. That's how it goes. Alright, I'm going down here. In between screens. Whee! Woo! Here we go. Flying as if it were nothing. Heeft iemand van jullie een vraag? A Wookiee question? A flying question? How? Well,
a flying question.
A flying question.
Okay.
Your characters. Oh well. I'll ask a question.
Okay, ask me a question.
Wedge.
Yeah.
He appears in many other items than just the main movies. Did you, by any chance, read more up about him? Like, did you read the novels?
Or the novels?
Or do you follow the comic books? Or the...
I read some of the novels, yeah. I thought they were fascinating. Did I do all that? Incredible. Amazing. And I wasn't even there and I did all that stuff. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Here, see?
Okay, we have a person.
I have a question. Who flies better, you or Han Solo?
Who flies better, me or Han Solo? Me, the turtleck. Come on.
Oh, using a Dutch word immediately.
Yeah,
you're eating out of your hand.
Morgen, hoe is het met je, la la la.
Okay, and now Joonas, you're Dutch. You didn't read. Oh, you didn't. The manual. You need to speak some Dutch. It's.
I can't do it. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. I've lived too long in Finland,
yes,
where I was born and raised, and I wish I would know some Dutch.
Yeah.
I can't. Hertogenbosch. Is that where I live? Is that where we're staying? I think.
See, there's an applause, so that's connected.
Just to explain, when I was 22, 23 years old, okay, I was in a musical in Amsterdam. The musical Hair.
Oh.
Yeah, and we toured all over the Netherlands. Den Bosch, Maastricht, everywhere. So I lived for 6 months in Amsterdam. And then I went back to London with my Dutch girlfriend, Thea Ranft, who was very beautiful and blonde and smoked a pipe.
Yeah. It's the 60s.
So,
what 70s? What'd you say?
70s, early 70s. Yeah, give me a break. Yeah.
Actually, now I want to know, how did you get from doing musicals to being in Star Wars?
Oh my God, to get musicals to Star Wars. There you are. Well, they told me it was a musical, and I turned up, there were no songs. I don't know. Yeah, how did that happen? Do you mean how did I get Star Wars? How did that? Well, it was quite 1976, okay, and it was a very interesting year for me. Very, very hot summer in England was brown, no grass, brown, a drought. So I did 2 movies in France that year, really fascinating, worked with some amazing people. I'd met George Lucas before I went to do those movies. And then I came back to London and I heard nothing, okay? Came back to London and suddenly my agent said, oh, they want you to do that Star Wars thing. I went, yeah, I was very surprised. I just assumed it had gone away. And so off I went. So that's kind of how it happened, yeah. Yeah, but sort of accidentally, yeah.
And Joonas, because earlier in life you were a basketball player, at that time, did you feel, oh, I'd rather be acting than this? Or how did you end up being an actor?
Well, funny enough, I was always dreaming about acting. When I was playing, my coach would like, Joonas, why are you not focused? I'm dreaming about becoming an actor. Like, not really, but this is how I always felt. I was always looking at my players, like, who played with me, and looking at how they moved, and tried to think about, oh, they moved. And then later on, when they asked me, can you become Chewbacca beside Peter Mayhew, and try to emulate his movements, I was like, this is some kind of higher calling, because I don't believe in that, but this could have nudged me over to believe in that, because it was so picture perfect that then I'm asked to play Chewbacca, where the focus is on bringing another actor's performance back on screen.
Yeah, in essence, it's already a very physical, because you have very few, well, you don't really have a lot of facial expressions to work with in the suit. So it's all with your body anyway, and then you have to emulate.
That's one of the key moves of Chewbacca. Yes. No, but yes, that's exactly right. With Chewbacca, it's the less is more approach worked with Chewbacca. He's always there in the background. He's a presence, but then it's the quirkiness of his character. He's not a dude who goes over, pours himself a cup of coffee. He moves in a certain way, and that's what Peter Mayhew's expert performance, because Peter has unique physicality, it lended itself to creating a Chewbacca that is not a man in a suit, but a memorable character in the Star Wars universe. And that's what Chewbacca is all about.
Yeah, a real-life Wookiee.
A real-life Wookiee, yes.
There would be one. Do you have to make the noise while on set, or is it all post-production?
I did not have to make them, but I did them just to impress everyone.
Really? They're all very timid.
I'll ask Denis a question.
Okay.
So Denis,
Joonas,
you
yeah.
said you made 3 films that year when you made Star Wars.
Yeah.
How would you compare your expectations versus how it all panned out to be? Like, was Star Wars your least favorite? And the 2 others were, this is going to be great for my career.
Yes.
And what do you think?
That's a very interesting question, thank you. Okay, first of all, so the 2 films I made in France that year were very interesting. As I said, I worked with some amazing movie actors and learned a lot. And then, so when I did the first, people always ask me what was my favorite movie, and I would always say the first one, because we didn't know what we were in. I don't think we even saw a full script. We saw what we had to shoot, And so we would sit outside, as I say, it was a hot summer, and I knew a lot of the other guys. We were a lot of young actors in London, and we knew each other, and we would sit outside the soundstage, the studio, in the sunshine, chatting and messing around, and then we'd be called in one at a time, climb a ladder up onto a raft, a platform, and there would be the cockpit behind us, the camera in front. So we didn't really know even what the spaceship was we were in. We just sat in the chair, and there was a camera, and there was George Lucas. And at each corner of the platform were a couple of guys who were rocking it like this. That's how basic it was then. So you're rocking around like this.
Camera, sound,
That's
shaking.
right, that's right. And George, who is, let's face it, some kind of genius, but he thought you could shoot, say, a 12-page battle scene, right, in the script, and just do your lines like that, with no cues. I said, George, you can't do that. I said, I'll tell you what, George, so what? I said, tell you what to do. Say my line to me, and I'll say it back to you. So they'd say, right, for instance, look at the size of that thing. I go, look at the size of that thing. And he said, look back there, dude. Look at the size of that thing. Look at the size of that thing. So we do various options on each line, and that's how we. So it wasn't. So that's what happened. And then it wasn't until we sat down months later and saw the movie we were in. It blew our minds. It was absolutely incredible. What they'd done with the material, it was extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary.
And that's when you really thought, look at the size of that
Look
thing.
at the size of that thing, for instance. That's right.
Question to both. Do you collect your own action figures? For your own characters?
Action figures.
Do you collect action figures of your own character?
Yeah, I keep them in a box. Except my children demand that I open them and give it to them if they find it. So I keep them well hidden from my children.
No. No, I don't. I can still remember, and you probably, the first time I saw a very small version of myself, this is incredible. But I don't collect them. No.
You have none of them.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay. Hey, your children are probably, now we can tell the daddy what we want to do. We're going to the amusement park.
Yes, exactly.
They're in charge with your action figures. Well, it's a Wookiee action figure. It's not your face, so it's not their daddy.
But it is an integral part of my being now.
It is when you wake up, you go
I love it. That is the way. That's how I wake up. Yeah. Although we have a 4-month-old baby now, so my wife doesn't want me to make any noise, so I get up very quietly.
Wasn't me, it was the baby,
Did you guys keep anything from the set?
Yeah, did you rob the set of any props?
I should have stolen more. All I did only take some meaningless call sheets and stuff like that because I thought we were going to come back. But now it's been 10 years and should have stolen more.
Somebody sitting next to a desk with stuff, so yeah, we're still waiting on Joonas to pick this up.
Exactly.
No, I didn't keep anything because, at that time, this kind of event was never heard of. We weren't. And when you did a job, you did the job, and that was it, and you left. You didn't keep mementos or things like that. So, never thought about it at the time.
Well, no, because you didn't know that it was gonna. Nobody knew that it was gonna be this big.
No.
And why would you then say
right.
I want to take something to
you made
remember?
in 1976. We've been sitting here in 2025 talking about it. Wow.
Still.
Dennis, did you anticipate eBay and that you could sell some of that merchandise?
No. The internet hadn't been invented.
Internet? Did you anticipate internet in the stores? You could sell your
Strangely
stuff.
enough, no. I did not anticipate the internet.
What
No.
they didn't have internet back then.
In 76.
How did
No.
they look up things?
We didn't have mobiles. There was a telephone that you
No
dialed.
mobiles.
No.
How did you?
Shocking for you, I know.
Dennis, how did you live in
We
1976?
used carrier pigeons.
Pigeons?
Yeah, you
That's
put a
cruel.
note on the leg of a pigeon and put it out the window to take it to someone else. That's what it
Throw
was.
it in the general direction
Yeah,
where you
get
want it to
out
go.
there and take that down the street.
This one's for birds.
That's right. Whew. That's right, yeah.
That's how it went.
Oh, that's a duck, sorry.
Another question. So they want to make like an episode 10, like a movie after 9. If you could have the chance to play Chewbacca again, would you like to play again? Chewbacca?
I would definitely be in. I've told them I'm in. Just
Weekly.
call me, please. Just call me. No, yeah, definitely. I would be very much. I love playing this character. These are such fun stories. I just finished Andor, and I think doing Star Wars movies in the Star Wars universe with different genre takes. I love it because you get to see that it's like any world. You have this world that has its rules. You have space travel and hyperspace, and then you just come up with a different genre that we haven't seen. It would be interesting to see a horror Star Wars film. It would be interesting to see because Star Wars is primarily fantasy western based and some samurai takes as well. It would be interesting to see different genres brought into the Star Wars, and not just fantasy western. So yeah, I think that would be a good. Like Andor has shown me that you can have this heist film sort of take on Star Wars, and it works because it's yeah. Why wouldn't it work?
A rom-com heist movie, but on the Wookiee planet.
I'd love that.
Just Wookiees.
I like the rom-com idea.
Yeah.
Rom-com Wookiees.
Sci-fi rom-com.
2 Wookiees, 1 planet.
This planet isn't big enough for the both of them.
Yes.
Or something along those lines. Good, you're inspiring. You've been inspired. Oh, you have another inspiring question.
Could you survive 24 hours on Kashyyyk?
What was that?
Can you, if you would like be in the Star Wars world, could you like survive 24 hours in Kashyyyk?
Of course. I know all the knots, and I could make myself a bed from a few leaves and some some bungee cord. Definitely.
But could you?
I wouldn't. No, I don't like jungles. I don't like beasts, insects.
I know how to extract liquid from Kashyykian pine wood. So yes, I would survive.
What?
Just kidding.
Kashyykian pine
I
wood.
know how to extract a very good vodka martini, but I don't know about pine
From Kashyykian pine wood.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Pinewood martini. That might be rather good. I'll try that sometime.
A hint of
Sounds good.
Christmas there. Questions. Dit is jullie moment. Als je geen vragen hebt, dan doe je niks, maar anders wel. Nee, heb je geen vragen? Nice shirt. See?
Oh, very nice shirt, like that. Oh, maybe, yeah.
We're just gonna. Nice shirt too. That's how we involve people into the conversation. Oh, you will ask a question. I'll ask you a question.
This one's for you.
Yes,
I
yes.
saw that you were closely related to Ewan McGregor.
Sorry? Who?
I saw that you
Never heard of him. Anyway, go on.
You haven't heard? But my question is, did you introduce him to the franchise, or was it just coincidental?
Oh no, I'm proud to say that I inspired him when he was 8 or 9 years old to want to be an actor. In fact, I always remember I was in my hometown in Scotland, in my mother's, and my sister brought Ewan into the garden, and she said, "Ewan has something he wants to say to you." And he stood there rather nervously and said to me, I want to be an actor. And I said, "That's great. Okay, Ewan, that's terrific. Well, come back to me in 5, 6 years and we'll discuss it properly, you know." And I did help him in the early days getting into drama school and that kind of stuff with audition speeches and stuff. Okay, but in terms of, I guess, Star Wars was came to him. You know, it didn't, because he was an established movie actor by that point, you know, so it had nothing to do with my influence but of course, the first movie again that we made, my sister took Ewan and his brother Colin to see it in the cinema, local cinema. And of course they were just, you know, to see their uncle up there flying an X-Wing was quite something. But I don't think that necessarily inspired him. They came to him with the idea, you know, and he jumped at it, you know. Yeah, he's an incredible actor, extraordinary. He's on the stage in London at the moment, being amazing. You know, he's fantastic.
You both came to Star Wars at a very different point. You didn't know what it would be, and you came in when you were already a fan.
I knew what it was going to be.
So I was wondering how different that experience was, and also, like, did you expect Wedge to, like, still be in the universe so many years later? And then did you kind of know what you were getting into, or was it still different once you were there?
Well, I would say no. When we, again, going back to the beginning, 76, and even the trilogy, the next three movies that we made, I had no expectations that somehow this character that I played would have this life outside of the movies and go on. So it's quite extraordinary to me. It's very surprising and very nice. It's lovely, lovely.
So for me, it was I wasn't an actor at the time when they approached me. I was teaching gymnastics class in my old high school, feeling various degrees of failure because I believe I was struggling with money at the time. And then I'm doing this corporate video on the side, and they call me from the Finnish Basketball Association asking me, do you want to, there's a big budget Hollywood film looking for a guy who is your height, has your eye color, and whatever else. Are you interested? And I said, yes, I'm interested. And when it turned out it was Star Wars, it was like I won the lottery or something. That I hear about it, even that something comes to me, that there is an opportunity at this scale, felt like a lottery win. And then once it became clear that they need someone who's 7 feet who has blue eyes, and then I have Googled the amount of people who are 7 feet in the world, and it's 0.00000%. And the amount of 7 feet footers who have blue eyes, it makes it even more unlikely. And the fact that they had looked for this part for half a year, 6 months, I started to realize that I'm very close to having this opportunity. And once, to answer the question, when we first came to set for Force Awakens, it felt like we had come to Disney World. It felt like the buffet was set. It was just this fanfare of like these legends from my childhood. Harrison Ford is there, Mark Hamill is there, and then these new actors, John Boyega and Daisy, and all the young cast. It felt like the expectation was over here. When Denis was working on New Hope, it was probably somewhere here, the expectations. Nobody knew if it was going to be anything, and it blew everyone's expectations. And I was expecting too much from Force Awakens, because I was walking the streets of London and I was like, ooh, someone's gonna look at me in the eye and know what I'm doing. Because I felt like a criminal, because I couldn't tell anyone what we were doing. And I couldn't tell my friends because my friends knew that I was out of a job, and suddenly I'm off to London from some secret thing, and a lot of them thought that I was doing some shady things in London. Like I'd gone to start an adult film career or something. Like they were really asking me those kind of questions. And I couldn't say, yeah, sure, whatever you say. I can't tell you anything. So it was, it was incredible production, because it was so secretive. And I couldn't tell until the movie premiered. A year and a half later, at December 2015, it premiered. And then the press started calling me, are you really part of it? And I got to say yes, but I had to keep the secret for almost 2 years.
Finally.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
He's back.
He's back. You've been enclosed, and finally you were out of the closet. He said, yes, I am a Wookiee too. That's how it went.
Exactly.
Well, most of them here are Star Wars fans, I guess. But I thought maybe you've done more things than just Star Wars. Is there one movie or one series that you say, well, I kind of like myself in that? Look it up, people.
Yeah, sure. Okay, probably, Yeah, I would say a movie called Local Hero.
Local Hero.
Which we shot in Scotland. It's very offbeat, comedy, quirky, eccentric movie, and it's probably, as an actor, one of my favourite experiences. And it's had a very long life as a movie, yeah. So,
Local Hero.
Yeah.
I think, well, if themes,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we can check that down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Local Hero.
And for me, I have to say here, I've been very fortunate already with Star Wars, but there is a specific bit of fortune that arrived my way when I was approached by my agent saying that there is do you know the Addams Family? And I said, yes. Do you know the Wednesday? And it turned out there is a role of that was available, and which it will be. I hope you enjoy it when it comes out. And Wednesday, season 2 of the Wednesday. Yeah, I have a small part to play.
A 7-foot role with
Yeah,
blue eyes.
can't tell you what it is, but
within Wednesday. Okay, we'll keep it hush hush until it's released.
yeah.
Then.
No,
Lovely
there's
role.
a trailer out. You can spot me there if you want.
So, well, that's him
Yeah.
in
So-
Insectogen Boss. That's very good. Well, thank you very much for your time here for this panel,
Delighted.
for your stories. Thank you for your questions. Dennis Lawson
Thank you.
and Joonas Suotamo. Thank you very much. If you have any more questions, they'll be at their tables. Go by, say hello. They're very friendly people.